Okay, your realistic zodiac based on actual statistical data from the National Institute of Health and Science something or other magazine. ScienceDirect.com. I don't freaking know. Anyway, Aries. Oh, this is for tomorrow. Alexa, what's tomorrow? Yeah, Alexa, what's the date tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be January 5th, 2026.
Okay, so your zodiac for January 5th, 2026, realistically speaking. From General Patterns of Data. Aries. Go away, Alexa. Aries, March 21st, April 19th. Evidence leans towards slightly elevated cardiovascular risks with potential for average mood stability. But I always love when it says mood stability, but you're going to have a heart attack. But minor increases in certain cancers, so you're going to get cancer. Career edges may depend on being relatively younger in school cohorts. So, however you're in school, if you got into school earlier, you might have a career edge on somebody if you were the youngest kid in class. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Studies indicate lower overall disease risk, particularly in May, alongside balanced longevity. Personality trends suggest resilience, though spring births may have mixed heart health. So you might have a heart attack. Then again, you might not. And you're going to live to be an old fart. By the way, a lot of these statistics that are going to be given by Mr. Grok over here is going to be kind of dumb. Nothing up the middle. You went for all the extreme stuff like heart attacks, disease, asthma, and then but if you started school and you were the youngest kid in the class, you might be the boss. Just so I give you a little heads up. So these are all just a mixing of statistics for if you were born under a certain astrological sign. And what the trends are for mood and health. Doesn't really say a whole lot about, what about kidney disease? What about rare genetic diseases? What about this one? I said do a deep dive. So I get a lot of heart attacks and you might be the boss and die of a stroke because you're in the most stressful job and you're not doing any of the real work in these blue collar jobs, so you get less of a workout, but you got the most stress. So yeah, way to go. You did the best in school, you got the best paying job, you're always under a stress that you're going to lose that great lifestyle, this, that, and the other, because you started school. So all that good hard work, getting to school early, getting all them A's, and then you end up dying before everybody else because you didn't get any work out. You're sitting on your ass at a desk for your whole career. Anyway, I digress. Did we already do this? Yeah, we already did Taurus. Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Data points to protective effects against respiratory issues, but possible pre-infarction risks. You'll be able to breathe really well. No pollen allergies or asthma, I guess. But you're going to have, infarction is a heart attack for those of you that don't know. Educational advantages could arise from mid-year births in some systems. Like I said, youngest kid in the class. Cancer, always good to be born under the zodiac of Cancer. Got to make one for leukemia too, huh? Oh, let's be specific while we're at it. Let me see here. Born under the astrological sign of, you're a crazy mother. Anyway, summer births correlate with higher birth weights and later puberty. But unless you're on puberty blockers, and then that's something altogether. Subtle mood swing vulnerabilities. Oh, look, late or delayed or onset puberty. Like puberty blockers? Oh, that's probably something else, right? Mood swing vulnerabilities. Career paths may face initial hurdles if relatively young. So, young kid in the class, you're going to be the boss. Young kid at your job, you're going to have initial hurdles. Oh, no kidding. they're less likely to promote the young dude at work. No kidding. Let him do all the heavy work. Anyway, Leo, July 23rd, August 22nd, neutral health profiles with asthma peaks possible. You got asthma. You just don't know it yet. Relative age disadvantages in northern systems might affect early success, though overcome with effort. No kidding. That's pretty general. Virgo, August 23rd to September 22nd. Mixed respiratory and cardiovascular signals. So, whatever. You might have asthma. You might not. You might have allergies. You might not. You might have a heart attack. You might not. No kidding. With autumn protections, higher adult height potential. So you might be the tall kid in class. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Are your shoes going to cost more? You got to go to the big and tall. Anyway. But school age immaturity risks in some countries. I still don't know what that means exactly. School age immaturity risks. Anyway, Libra, September 23rd to October 22nd. Higher respiratory infection odds. You're going to get the flu, offset by cardiovascular protections, so that you can live longer to enjoy all them flu seasons. Longevity trends favor autumn births with balanced mood risks. You might be moody, you might not. That's pretty generalized. Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. Elevated disease burdens in October, including infections, winter onset, mental health vulnerabilities. You are nuts. Though earning gaps diminish over life, no kidding. That's the way it is for everybody. Duh. Sagittarius, November 22nd, December 21st. Favorable longevity and lower depression, but chronic heart issues possible. So, you're going to live longer, you're going to be happy, but you're going to have a heart attack. I guess you'll be having more heart attacks than most. I noticed it doesn't say anything about dementia. He was terrible with getting these statistics, Mr. Grok. Leadership advantages from being older in class. I thought it was being younger had a... Now it's saying... I could have swore earlier it said if you were the young kid in class, you'd be the boss. Now I'm seeing being older in class. Anyway. Capricorn, December 22nd through January 19th. Low, I assume that's cardiovascular disease mortality in December. Hypertension in January. So, doctor tells you, you're great. Your arteries aren't hard. That's great, doc. January comes along. Oh, wait, I was wrong. You have high blood pressure. That makes no sense. Anyway. Higher extreme longevity chances with winter mood disorder risk. So if you're a Capricorn in Christmas, don't come to the family Christmas dinner. We don't want to hear you griping. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Cardiovascular concerns in winter. A lot of heart attack stuff in this. Reduced respiratory in February. Artistic inclinations noted with relative age benefits varying. This right here on the regular horoscope was in Pisces when I was a kid. Seems they've moved it. Statistically speaking. Anyway, Pisces, February 19th, March 20th. Lower birth weights. That was me. Earlier puberty. I forgot to put that on my calendar. I don't remember the exact date. Increased heart failure risks. Oh, well, that seems to be the case for everybody in this particular set of statistics. But potential for mood resilience. That's a load of crap. I'm about the most annoying person you could ever meet. Anyway, of course, we have, you can pause here. I'm not reading all this. This is my third take. I kept getting the screen capture part wrong. So I'm not reading it anymore. I got bifocals here. I got a kink in my neck from tilting my head back just to read this stuff on this, even though I got it in dark mode. It's freaking making my eyes blur. Anyway, geographic variation, obviously. Just, you know what, for those of you that can read, just pause it and read all this. There we go. Birth timing as provided by zodiac signs, yada yada yada. Monday is a post-holiday period potentially marked by routine resumptions and winter or summer in Australia. Influences, however, since statistics are lifetime, yada yada yada. Don't give me that. It's not based on scientific crap because you did terrible with the statistics and you still gave us plenty of statistics to suggest otherwise, Mr. Grok. When you're born in certain times and certain geographic locations, you are prone to certain tendencies, including your favorite one to mention, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and heart attacks. And you're trying to make like this is a small influence. It is not. I consider me being the boss or being the grunt and never being promoted and dying soon of a heart attack or living really long and having multiple heart attacks. I'd say that's a pretty strong influence. And this, all the stuff Mr. Grok mentioned was just mostly when you started class, you know, what part of the world you're in, obviously. So you got socioeconomic stuff going on here, true. You got your genetics, true. But this is a huge influence. Not because there's some mystical god that was worshipped way back when that's half horse, half man with a bow and arrow shooting some magical deer because someone played Connect the Dot with the stars. You know, we get the idea. Mr. Grok, you and your disclaimer. I'm not going to sue you because you were wrong. These are generalizations. Aries, this is your sign. Whoever did that joke, I don't remember. I can't give credit to whoever made that joke, but this is your sign. Pause, everybody. All the Aries, pause. I am not reading all this crap. Taurus, here's your sign. Pause. Okay, any Geminis in the crowd? Or Cancers? Pause. There was that one statistic, though. I don't remember what that statistic was, where if you're born under a certain sign, you're more likely to certain cancers. And I'm like, what? That sucks. Mom and Dad couldn't, vote-o-doed at a different time in the year. That's something to think about. If you ever, I'm planning on a baby, maybe you should, anybody out there, you should read these statistics and say, if you want your kid to be the boss but not die at an early age of multiple heart attacks, maybe you should, wear a raincoat, strap it until certain times of the year if you really want a baby. I mean, take it easy on your kid there, apparently. Or you don't want them to have cancer. That sucks. Certain astrological sign, you're more likely to have cancer. That was a lovely statistic. I don't even remember which one that was for. Anyway, we got the Leo and the Virgo. Here's your sign. Pause and read if you want. And we scroll in there. We got Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Here's your sign. Tell me in the comments who made that joke. Here's your sign. That's an old one. Was it like the 90s? Anyway. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Okay, here we are. Here's your sign. Pause. And we got our key citations, which are mostly the National Institute of Health. Whoever the BMJ is. Sounds like one of those little... Anyway, that makes me think of BJ. You know what I mean? Anyway. ScienceDirect.com and the PNAS, or pronounced penis.org. It's PNAS. See? It's right there. Penis.org. Anyway, There you go. And oh, here we got one. I am not doing all these statistics. Relative age in sports. Well, what's that? Okay, we got the seasonal vitamin D effects. I got that with the horoscope. What's the relative age in sports? What's that got to do with the zodiac? Oh well. More concise sign summaries. No, that's enough reading. I doubt anyone will even watch this video, but anyway, there you go. You got your realistic zodiac. Now I gotta see if I finally recorded this bloody thing in OBS Studio. And oh yeah, please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.